Hey guys, in this month's top 5, I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite moments from Love Actually. So yeah, it's December, it's the holiday season, and I tend to do book-related themes, for my monthly top 5 series. But every now and then I like to talk about other things besides books. And yeah, I just couldn't think of anything holiday-ish as far as books go for this month. So I was like, you know what, I'll just talk about Love Actually. Love Actually, it's a holiday movie. It's very Christmassy and happy. So I figured, what the hell, I'll do a whole top 5 and talk about my favorite moments from Love Actually. Now, I did do a top 5, was it last year? I can't remember if it was last year or maybe the year before, and I did talk about my top 5 favorite Christmas movies, and I believe Love Actually was number 1 on my list of favorite Christmas movies. So yeah, a whole video, that's okay, right? A whole video about Love Actually. Surely you guys are okay with that, and hopefully you've seen the movie. So yeah, if you don't know what Love Actually is about, if you've never seen Love Actually, it is kind of considered a classic holiday movie. It takes place in the month of December, obviously, during the holiday season, and yeah, it leads up to Christmas. And it takes place in England, and it follows a good dozen or more characters, all just amazing talent in the acting community in England. You have Alan Rickman and Emma Thompson and Keira Knightley and Andrew Lincoln, and yeah, the list goes on, you guys. The list goes on and on and on. Colin Firth, for crying out loud. So yeah, if you have not seen Love Actually, I suggest maybe not watching this video because there probably is going to be some minor spoilers in this video. So yeah, be warned. I'm definitely going to be talking about some rather spoilerish type of things for the movie. So let's get going, you guys. At number 5, anything associated with the Billy Mack character played by Bill Nighy. Bill Nighy in this role, you guys, seriously, one of the standouts, I think, one of the most humorous. I love the Billy Mack character. He is just absolutely so vulgar and inappropriate, but it's kind of weirdly great at the same time. And yet, what specifically I kind of like about his character is the stupid little song. If you have seen Love Actually, Billy Mack, the character, he kind of does this remake of a classic song, but he renames it and calls it Christmas is All Around. And he kind of changes the lyrics a bit to make it more Christmassy and festive. But yeah, he's just really grumpy and curmudgeonly. He's almost kind of like a Scrooge-like character, if you will. So yeah, all he wants to do, he's like an aging rock star, and all he wants to do is he wants to have a #1 hit with this Christmas song, and which he does. He gets the song to #1 on the charts. And yeah, I think what I love is just throughout the movie, whenever the song starts playing, I love the song, I start singing it. I'll even just randomly throughout the year, I'll start humming and singing it. It's just a really hilarious song, and just the way Bill Nighy sings it is really hilarious as well. So yeah, anything with Billy Mack, anything involving the song. At number 4, the David character, played by Hugh Grant. He's the Prime Minister of England. He's fallen in love for his secretary. Her name's Natalie. And one of my favorite scenes is when David, he's trying to look for Natalie. And remember, he's the Prime Minister, but here he is. He's going out on the streets of London, I think it is. And he's knocking door to door, trying to look for Natalie, to talk to her, because there's been something kind of scandalous that has happened in the meantime. He's looking for her, he's knocking door to door. And one of my favorite moments is when they go to this one house in particular, and they have to lie and say, oh, we're going door to door and we're singing Christmas carols. So he, as the Prime Minister, he starts singing a Christmas carol, and his butler, or not his butler, what is he? I guess his security guard. His security guard all of a sudden starts singing, and he's like a fantastic singer. He has this really rich baritone of a voice, and that was hilarious. I love that part with his security guard just busting out singing all of a sudden with a Christmas carol. Really great. And yeah, another really fantastic part is when they go, I can't remember if that's the same house or not, but they go to this one house and these little girls open the door and they're sitting there singing the Christmas carols, and the little girls start dancing along to the Christmas carol. It's really great. But yeah, that's one of my favorite parts is yeah, the David character, him just walking door to door, knocking, trying to look for his love interest. I love that scene. At number 3, you guys, ooh, this is a beautiful one. I love this. Maybe I should have put it higher on my list now that I think about it. The scene with Jamie, played by Colin Firth, and Ariella. Is that how her name is pronounced? Ariella? I think that's how it's pronounced. This scene, I had to make some notes here, make sure I got the scene correctly. It takes place after the lake sequence. If you remember, Ariella, she lifts up his, like, the little rock he has, holding down his papers because he's writing a book. She lifts up the rock and all of his papers go floating out into the lake, and so he has to jump into the lake. She goes jumping into the lake, trying to collect all these pictures, or all these, papers of his manuscript, and it's really hilarious. So yeah, the scene in particular that I'm talking about, it takes place after the lake scene, and they're just sitting there talking, and she's asking him questions about his book, and yeah, there's a language barrier between them because he's obviously English and she's Portuguese, and they can't understand each other at all. So yeah, there's this beautiful moment, you guys. Oh, one of the most beautiful moments. Because in the meantime, because she works for him, she's like a housekeeper, I think, and every day he drives her back home. Because I don't think she even owns a car or anything, so he drives her back and forth home and whatnot. So there's this beautiful scene where he says to her, "It's my favorite time of day driving you." And then she responds back in Portuguese, and remember, they don't understand each other, and she responds back by saying, "It's the saddest part of my day, leaving you." Oh, and the music, you guys, there's this beautiful music playing during that sequence between them, and I love it. It's seriously, it's one of my favorites, and they're two of my favorites as well. Those two characters are two of my favorites, and that's one of the subplot stories that I enjoy the most in particular. But yeah, a beautiful moment, you guys. The language barrier, but yet there's that love connection between them. There's something there between them. That bond is speaking over the language barrier, and it's absolutely beautiful. At number 2, you may be surprised that this ain't number 1, but at number 2 is the very classic, infamous scene where Mark, he's in love with Juliet. Mark, played by Andrew Lincoln, and Juliet, played by Keira Knightley. You all know the scene. It's very classic and iconic. Mark, he's in love with Juliet. Juliet is the wife of his best friend, played by Chiwetel Ejiofor. But yeah, Mark can't have Juliet. Yeah, he secretly is in love with her. So yeah, the very classic scene. Mark goes up to the door. He has his little cue cards. He has the radio with the Christmas carols, and he's holding up the signs. I love it. And yeah, that's how he confesses his love to Juliet, and it's all wordless, and it's absolutely brilliant and beautiful. Some people think the scene is really creepy. I don't think it's creepy at all. I personally love it. I find it very romantic and kind of sad. And true story, you guys, true story. Andrew Lincoln is the reason why I started watching The Walking Dead, because originally I wasn't going to watch The Walking Dead because zombie things aren't really my thing, personally. I only started watching The Walking Dead because of Andrew Lincoln, because I remember seeing the first Walking Dead commercials and going, oh, it's that guy from Love Actually with the cue cards. So it's a good thing Andrew Lincoln was in The Walking Dead, or else I wouldn't be a fan of The Walking Dead right now, you guys. And at number 1, my favorite scene from the entirety of Love Actually is right there kind of near the ending with the Christmas pageant. And the little girl Joanna, she goes up there and she sings the song, All I Want for Christmas Is You. And this is a perfect ending to the movie, you guys. An absolutely perfect, beautiful way to end the movie. Yeah, I just love this whole little subplot because there's Joanna singing the song, but in the meantime, the little boy, Sam, played by Thomas Brody Sangster, he's had a crush on Joanna. He purposely made sure he got to play drums so he can be in the Christmas pageant, so he can be next to Joanna. I love the whole thing. And yeah, it's just a very uplifting, feel-good ending. You know what I mean? Just such a beautiful ending. And yeah, it ends right there. The curtains come up, and there's David and Natalie kissing. So yeah, just such a fantastic ending to the movie, and it just makes me feel good. You know, it gives me the warm and cuddlies, and just really fuzzy inside. I love it so much. So yeah, you guys, that's it for my top 5 favorite moments from the movie Love Actually. I hope this video went rather well, and I was describing things clearly. That's what I was saying. If you haven't seen the movie, you need to, because this video might not make any sort of sense to you. But yeah, you guys, do you guys love Love Actually as much as I do? And what are your favorite moments? And yeah, there's definitely some honorable mentions, because it kind of killed me a little bit inside to leave out the scene with Rowan Atkinson's character, the part with him and Alan Rickman with the little bag, you know, stuffing the potpourri with the jewelry box. I hated to cut that scene out, but yeah, I love these scenes a little bit more than that one. But yeah, that's definitely a classic scene as well. I definitely get the giggles every single time. So yeah, you guys, favorite Love Actually moments, let me know. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye guys.